Thank you. I also had a question to our Ethiopian friends. One of the outcomes, the expected project outcomes that you identified is, of course, building the capacity of the handicraft sector to serve the tourism sector. At the same time, you expect a greater penetration of Ethiopia into the international handicraft market. Are these two worlds, handicrafts that are bought by tourists that have an emotional experience in your country and want to buy a souvenir from your country, which carries away the memories, carries the memories back home. Whereas if you address the market opportunities for handicrafts in Europe or in other parts of the world where people have not been visiting your country, a completely different product is often required. How do you combine this project outcomes in this case?
It's also a good question, but now the traditional crafts, which basically for tourists are now one aspect, and developing the crafts industry to the level that why not involved in the international markets? Okay, if the designs are improved, if the production materials improved, why not involved in the? It's a matter of broadening the sector. Okay, when local tourists visited the sites, now they buy to remember the destinations and whatever. But at the level of, at the higher level, at the outcome level, I think we can think of even involving in the international market. You may heard, I mentioned earlier that the Muya PLC, who brings the Gamo people to Addis Ababa, and they produce the textiles, the traditional textiles. Now they reached to export into Europe. You can buy now these traditional textiles in a modern way in the supermarkets and the duty-free shops and the European market. So at the outcome level, why not think of that? Okay, that's a possibility. There is a possibility. The market is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand. You increase the quality of the production and you increase the capacity of making the designs.
Yes.
And if necessary, you can diversify your designs for export markets. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Due to time constraints, we can allow for one more contribution, input, reflection. One last speaker on that side, please. Benin, please.
Yes, I'm Guy Johnson from Benin, and we have developed a similar project in Benin and have developed an inclusive cultural heritage project on 3 sites in Benin, Abomey, Ganvier, and Ouida, with the assistance, technical assistance of ITC. And in that project, we have made some sensitization of the population on sustainable tourism. We have made maps of slave roads on that link that 3 cities. And we have transformed also local soap and have distributed in the hotels of Benin with the assistance of ITC in such a project. We have also transformed a constraint with the jacinthe that we have transformed into useful product as hats and handicraft product in Benin. That constraint of jacinthe become an advantage, an opportunity for the people, and has contributed to the revenue of the population. We have also built, let's say, a bar. Yes, a bar to distribute local product, alimentary product, in that bar in Ouida. We have made also a fresco, an historical fresco, that enriched the product, the touristic product in Ouida, that is a city, an historical city. Then I want to share this experience of the participant with the participant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To Mrs. Pui for the next part.
Thank you very much, Ramin, Ethiopian team, and all those who took the floor. I think you will see that many questions and many issues are very common to most of our countries, LDCs, and I'm sure that the next presentation about Uganda case study will show about the same type of concerns and the same type of solutions, learning also from best practices from CBI, who is also already in the field. But last but not least, I would like also that we have time to listen a little bit to our fellows and colleagues from Turkey. You have heard the Deputy Prime Minister this morning, how Turkey has really used the local domestic market, linking it, connecting it to the tourism, has an excellent case study. So I just wanted to share with you that we have among ourselves Mr. Mahmoud F. Kuran, Director General of the Director General of Research and Training Institute of Turkey, who, after Uganda case study, may also share with us the case study of Turkey connecting to handicraft sector to the tourism sector. He just convinced me with this map, which you all see, where you have the whole Turkey country matching of every single area of Turkey in terms of products existing in that area and how it is connecting to tourism. I think only this map speaks alone. So over to you, Simone, as a lead for Uganda case study. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you, Mrs. Puye. I just present the general idea developed for this project in Uganda with all Ugandan stakeholders in Nairobi, but then I will give the floor to the Ugandan stakeholders because this belongs to Uganda. And out of this boring presentation, I will use only 3 slides, so you can be reassured. We want to work in the area of tourism for a reason, for 2 reasons basically. One, because the government of Uganda asked us to engage in that as tourism is growing in the region. As tourism, as we know, is the big industry of Eastern Africa, and it is highly growing also in Uganda. Uganda is the next big destination, and then we shall hear what are the strengths of Uganda in this industry. And we also know that there is a form of tourism, inclusive tourism, which is to say tourism that involves the work of people in the place where it takes place, that can have a strong impact on the country in terms of poverty reduction, empowerment of women, in terms of MDGs. Direct income generated by tourism with people who are employed by the hotel industry and so on is important, but many studies refer that indirect income generated by tourism through the sales of handicraft, through the sales of services, through the sales of fruits and vegetables and commodities can be much higher. The second point that brought together this idea with my friends from Uganda is a success story of a collaboration in between Uganda and the ITC in the industry of ethical fashion. I'm the project manager of that, the program manager of that. In the industry of ethical fashion, we have created a business infrastructure that has enabled some thousands of micro producers from very marginalized communities in Kenya and several hundreds in Uganda to be part of an international value chain. This is based on the fact that we work with big distributors all over the world, in the States, in Europe, in Japan, and with fashion houses. This is due to the fact that we directly work with our colleagues in Africa and with the distributors, with those who buy the goods, in order to design, to develop products that can incorporate the skills and the materials available in the region. It's a successful thing which has generated a huge amount of work and a huge amount of exports, particularly from Kenya. We expanded that to Uganda with the Uganda Export Promotion Promotion Board. We worked together with Florence and her team, and we achieved some impressive targets. Several hundreds of people worked this year, in 2010, to produce a huge collection, which is now already sold in Europe, of garments and accessories. So we decided to